What if your back pain, your brain fog, and your blood sugar problems all came from the same place? Not your joints, not your brain, not your genes, your gut. Right now, millions of people are taking pain pills for joint pain, antacids for bloating, and prescriptions for anxiety, without anyone ever looking at the one place where all of it begins. And the root that has been healing this for over 3,000 years, your doctor has probably never mentioned it once. Think about that for a moment. 3,000 years of wisdom gone. Not because it didn't work, but because it couldn't be patented. By the end of this video, you're going to understand your body in a way most people never will, and you are going to know exactly what to do about it. The problem, you are treating the smoke. Nobody showed you the fire. Think about the last time you felt bloated, or woke up stiff and achy, or sat down to do something simple and just could not think straight. Maybe you brushed it off, maybe you took something, maybe you told yourself it's just age, or stress, or normal. But here is the question nobody asks. What if none of that is normal? What if those feelings are your body sending you a message and you've been silencing it instead of listening? Most people reach for a pill, an antacid, a painkiller, a cup of coffee to push through, and it works for a few hours. Then it comes back, because it never left. That is because those symptoms are not the problem, they are the signal, the fire alarm, going off, and almost nobody is asking, where is the fire? Here is the answer. In most cases, the fire is in your gut, not just digestion, not just bloating. Your gut is the command center of your immune system. About 70% of your immune cells live in your gut wall. When that wall is healthy, everything is in order. When it breaks down, the whole system starts to burn. This is called leaky gut or intestinal hyperpermeability, and it is one of the most under-discussed root causes of chronic illness in the modern world. How to know if you have it? The signs most people ignore. Here is what makes leaky gut so dangerous. You might have it right now and not even know, because the signs don't always show up in your stomach. Do you wake up tired even after a full night of sleep? That could be your gut. Do your joints ache more than they used to, especially in the morning? That could be your gut. Do you get brain fog, where you walk into a room and forget why? That could be your gut. Do you get skin breakouts, rashes, or eczema that never fully goes away? That could be your gut. Do you feel anxious or low for no clear reason, like your mood is being dictated by something you can't see? That too could be your gut. None of these symptoms feel connected. That's why almost nobody connects them. But they all trace back to one thin wall, one cell thick, that was never meant to break. The root cause science. What leaky gut actually does to your body. Your gut lining is only one single cell thick. One cell. That thin wall is what stands between the bacteria and waste inside your intestines and the rest of your bloodstream. When it is healthy, it works like a perfectly controlled gate. Good nutrients come through. Everything else stays out. But when the lining gets damaged, those cells start to pull apart. Tiny gaps form, and something dangerous starts slipping through. That something is called LPS, a toxin found on the outer shell of harmful gut bacteria. Normally it stays contained. But when the gut wall leaks, LPS floods into your bloodstream, and your immune system sees it as an attack. It fires up an inflammatory response, not just in your gut, everywhere. Your joints start to ache, your brain gets foggy, your skin breaks out, your energy crashes. This is not a theory. Researchers can measure LPS levels in the bloodstream of people with chronic inflammation, joint pain, depression, and metabolic disease. The correlation is clear, and it's been documented in hundreds of studies. One wall, one leak, full body consequences. What makes it worse? How modern life is quietly destroying your gut wall. This did not happen by accident. Over the last 50 years, the way we eat and live has become one of the most damaging combinations in human history, for the gut lining specifically. Processed foods strip away the protective mucus layer of the gut. Antibiotics wipe out the beneficial bacteria that maintain the lining. Chronic stress raises cortisol, and cortisol directly weakens the tight junctions between gut cells. Seed oils found in nearly every packaged food drive gut inflammation at the cellular level. And here's the part that hits hardest. most of this was normalized. Nobody told you that the food in your cabinet was slowly thinning your gut wall. Nobody told you that the stress you carry is physically loosening the barrier between your insides and your bloodstream. None of these things came with a warning label, but now you know. The ancient root fix, 3,000 years of wisdom, now with the science to prove it. Ancient healers across Native American medicine, Ayurveda, and traditional Chinese medicine all came to the same roots independently for gut healing and what they called restoring the inner terrain. 3 different cultures, 3 different continents, no contact with each other, and they all arrived at the same medicine. That's not coincidence, that's convergence. When something works for thousands of years across civilizations, you pay attention. Root 1. Slippery elm, the natural bandage. Native American healers used the inner bark of the slippery elm tree for centuries. When you consume it, the mucilage coats the gut lining like a thick natural gel, covering damaged cells and giving the lining a protected environment to repair itself. Modern research confirms it, stimulates mucus production and soothes inflamed tissue on contact. It's not a drug, it's a bandage, one that your gut wall has been waiting for. Root 2. Licorice root, the inflammation off switch. Real licorice root has been used in traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda for over 3,000 years. Its active compound shuts off the exact inflammatory pathways that LPS activates when it leaks into your bloodstream. Look for DGL, deglycyrrhizinated licorice, for safe, regular use without blood pressure concerns. It doesn't just soothe, it tells the inflammation to stop. Root 3. Ginger, the gut barrier defender. Ayurveda called ginger the universal medicine. Its active compound directly blocks the inflammatory response triggered by LPS. It reduces intestinal permeability and neuroinflammatory factors, sealing the gut and protecting the brain at the same time. This is why gut healing often brings mental clarity with it, and ginger is the bridge between the two. 3 roots, 3 mechanisms, 1 complete solution that ancient medicine discovered thousands of years before modern science had words for it. Practical protocol. What to actually do starting this week. What to add. Slippery elm bark powder, 1 teaspoon in warm water each morning on an empty stomach. Let it sit for a minute to activate the mucilage before drinking. DGL licorice root, chewable tablets or powder taken before meals. This primes the gut lining before food arrives. Fresh ginger, grate into warm water with lemon each morning or add generously to your cooking daily. Consistency matters more than quantity. What to cut? Even just for 30 days. Processed foods with seed oils, packaged snacks, excess sugar. You cannot seal a wall while someone keeps punching holes in it. 30 days is enough to feel the difference. Most people never go back. What to expect? Most people notice reduced bloating within 2 weeks. Joint stiffness often improves within 30 days. Brain clarity can shift within days, sometimes even hours. Sleep often deepens. Skin often clears. This is not a quick fix, it is a root fix, and root fixes last. What happens when you heal? The other side of the fire. Here is what nobody tells you about gut healing. It doesn't just fix your stomach. When the gut wall seals, the inflammation doesn't just reduce, it stops spreading. Your joints stop aching because the immune system stops getting triggered. Your brain clears because the inflammatory signals to your nervous system quiet down. Your energy returns because your body stops fighting a war inside your bloodstream. People say they feel like themselves again, not a new version. The version they were before. Everything started feeling heavy. That's what root healing does. It doesn't add something new, it removes what was in the way. Most people will spend their whole lives treating the smoke without ever finding the fire. You now know where the fire is, you know what starts it, and you know what 3 roots humanity has been using to put it out for thousands of years. Your gut is not just a digestive organ. It is the foundation of your immune system, your mental clarity, your energy, and your long-term health. When the foundation holds, everything above it stands stronger. Subscribe to RemedRoot. Comment below, which symptom on this list do you recognize in yourself? This is RemedRoot. When you know the root, you find the remedy.